If you have been here for a while, then you know that what I've been building is cyclical, emotional, and all about manifesting that sweet, slow life. This week is all about it. The astrology, the landscape is so prime for good intentions, for solid intentions rooted in background, rooted in daily practice and knowledge gained through experience. It's just going to resonate throughout. And the point that I'm trying to make is that you have more than one opportunity to take strategic action toward your dream, toward the ultimate manifestation, whatever it is that you have been considering for the past 4 years that we've been having this conversation. And so I feel like the spring equinox is definitely aligning more than one thing for us. You tell me what comes up for you. Let's talk about the week ahead. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Graciela Moore. I am an ICF certified personal coach, and I wrote Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace 2026 Manifestation Agenda/Journal. In this book, you get to follow the moon, plan a whole year ahead, journal, and paint. Before we begin discussing the emotional landscape of the week and the astrological new year happening with the spring equinox, I want to say thank you. Thank you for subscribing and following the journey. Thank you to those who have been participating and helping me build this work for the last 4 years. Your support, your presence and commentary is part of what keeps me going. It's not just about interacting, connecting, witnessing each other, but also about the data that you share with me through your shared experience of this content. What we have grown little by little for the past 4 years in this ecosystem speaks to my soul and helps me show up every single time. So thank you. And if you're following along but you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. It is free and it will allow you to find the content sooner. Thank you. So we begin the week with a waning crescent in Aquarius. And the thing about the moon fading in light and starting that journey to the new moon is that things tend to get a little softer and quieter. And when things settle down, that's when the most inspiration tends to come in, at least for me. So here's the affirmation that I hope carries you through the rest of the week. In the quiet hum of fading light, I listen for the wisdom of the unseen. Let clarity gather like stars in the sky, guiding my next beginning. And so it is. Now, this Wednesday, we have the first new moon since eclipse season. And so the chaos that you may have been experiencing for the past few weeks hopefully has settled down for you. If it hasn't, if you're still feeling chaotic and like some things in your life don't make sense, it's okay. The journey is to figure out how things unfold and to be able to observe what shows up for us in real time. That's what the journey is for. But the new moon in Pisces and it ushering this equinox is so dreamy because eclipse season is gone and Pisces is that wisdom, inspiration, depth of the ocean, depth of feeling, depth of wisdom. How is your day to day? How is your movement through the world and through your life aligning with what you want and truly desire deep in your soul? This is not new. We've talked about this so many times. And for those who have been tailoring their journey with this book for the last 4 years, myself included, it's been really interesting to see how things have been unfolding, evolving, the relationships and collaborations that I see that you have been weaving together for yourself and for your projects. It's also wonderful to behold, and I'm just so grateful to witness it. Now, the thing about being intentional and being rooted is that there has to be boundaries because other people are concerned with their own truth and their own rooted interests, and they're concerned with their own journey and their own inspiration and their own wisdom and how they are moving through the same landscape as you. And what that tells me is a reminder that our energy is contained, but the strength of the container is determined by the boundaries that we establish, that we decide on, that we then put into action or put into practice. And I'm not talking about explicit boundaries, I'm talking about self boundaries, such as limiting the time that you're scrolling or limiting the time that you're Netflix and chilling and spending more time doing things that are aligned with this vision that you want to create. You know, I always share personal examples. So, right now, I'm reading The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. This was first published 101 years ago. So, if you've never read it, find your copy. Point that I'm trying to make is that lately Netflix and chill doesn't seem so interesting because I really want to focus on what I am building. And so, what's the priority? Then what's the habit that follows that? This week is bringing all of this up for me. Let's look about the new moon journaling questions from the agenda and the affirmation to guide you through this process. What dream or vision keeps returning to me and asking to be trusted into form? Question number 2. Where in my life can I release the need for perfection and make room for grace, intuition, and faith instead? These questions are just too much. Now, here's the affirmation to guide us through this new moon in Pisces. From the still waters of beginning, I breathe possibility. I surrender doubt and call upon inspiration's tide. May imagination guide my hands and faith steady my course as I dream the world anew. What's the impossible dream that you might think there's just no way? That's the one I really want to take a look at. Now, I told you that this week shows 3 opportunities where I think that you should take strategic action toward whatever it is that you're building or imagining or envisioning, whatever it is that it's the ultimate manifestation of your dream. And that would be the new moon, where you know that we seed and plant intentions. Then we have the equinox, which is the sun moving into Aries, astrological new year, new vibes, new me. It's a repeat of the intentions that you might have put together last January, yet that was the middle of winter, and you might have done that in a foggy, sleepy type of way. But now there's fire being lit and initiation happening as we speak. So, why don't we regain access to some of the things that we wanted to do? And then the one that we've been waiting for the most, if you think about it, which is Mercury going direct and communication finally starting to flow through. In whatever way you thought you were stuck, there's a release happening as Mercury goes direct. And we've seen the past few weeks how not just communication, but travel and technical issues have been happening across the board. And across the world. Miscommunication at its best, if you think about it. But Mercury going direct and the sun finally springing into Aries gives me hope that things will start aligning. And in all honesty, the more that we share these conversations, the more that we can align with people who speak our own language of love, kindness, respect, peace, then the more we will be able to build and bring about the world that we are envisioning, that we say we want. So, how are you going to share this conversation with someone? Are they aligned with your deep, inspired actions? And if they're not, then let's discuss how we can connect with people who are like minded and like spirited. We end the week with the moon in Taurus, so it will be a rush of energy that will end in us taking a little cat nap and settling down. So I am looking forward to this week like I haven't looked at an equinox before because I have been working, weaving, building this whole time. So, what have you been working, weaving, and building the past few years that maybe now is finally coming to terms? It's now finally making sense. I'm not saying the vision is complete. I am absolutely not saying that the work is done, check mark, done with. What I'm saying is that so much has fallen into place, so much is making sense out of all of the work that we have been doing and all of the questions that I have asked here that we have shared for the past 3 or 4 years. And that is amazing, but to realize it and hold it in this moment is priceless. So, again, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share this work with you. As you know, part of my work is providing you with mindfulness meditations that allow you to settle down, take a deep breath, and just feel supported, loved, and align with your vision. I want to let you know that the playlist is available for this year's meditations, all kept in a single space where you can return to over and over. The spring equinox mindfulness meditation is already live and you can enjoy it. All it takes is 4 minutes and 20 seconds. As always, you can find the information about the rituals that support my practice in the link in the description. I will see you next week.